Me neither, I answer. I've only been here a few times, probably because Bethel's Beach is an hour's drive from my house. My house. It doesn't feel like my home anymore, not when I have a crippling panic attack every time I get anywhere near my father. The pills and therapy can only do so much to reverse a fear that is not entirely irrational, because nothing can erase the knowledge that my father is the reason I nearly died, not once, but twice. According to government records, I am already officially dead. My dreamlike state disturbed, I stand up and move towards the lake. Johnno doesn't ask why I've changed my mind. He doesn't have to, because our thought streams are merging together, even as our earthly bodies lie slumbering in a house on the north shore of Auckland. I slip into the lake, the inky black waters closing over my head. As I begin to paddle, I'm aware of 3 hearts beating. Mine, Johnno's, and the being we created in the middle of the desert 5 weeks ago. The being I can hardly begin to think of as a baby. Denial is a powerful state of mind. Fact. Panthers are actually leopards, jaguars, or cougars who have a rare mutation called melanism, which hides their normal spots. Fact. The gestation period of panthers is 3 to 4 months. No one knows the gestation period of a virally optimized telepath who can travel as a panther, least of all me. Fact. Panthers are less fertile than their coloured counterparts, and more unpredictable and aggressive. I am more fertile than I'd like, as aggressive as I need to be. And I think anyone who works for the Spiral Foundation would tell you that I am anything but predictable. Welcome back, Violet Black. 2. Johnno. A few hours after our Dreamflow's return from Bethel's Beach, Violet and I sit in the spa pool at her family home, watching a pair of tui darting in and out of a bottlebrush tree. We've been sitting in here for half an hour already, and I'm hot, but I'm not keen to get out. Not yet. I can't live here forever, I say, blocking her before my next thought, which is that I don't think I can live here for another minute. I don't want to wind her up any more than she already is. Violet stirs her fingers through the bubbles, her forehead furrowing. But where else will you go? June will let me stay. At least, I think she will, although I haven't asked her yet. Violet and I haven't spoken to Ethan's mum since last week, when Nicholas Black sent a car to pick us up from her South Auckland bungalow, where we'd sought refuge for a few days after our escape from the Foundation. It's all been really weird since then, as if the situation weren't weird enough already. Violet's parents have barely spoken to me, although maybe that's no surprise since they hardly know me. Violet hasn't spoken to her father yet either, partly because she still has panic attacks whenever she's in the same room as him, and partly because he left for a conference 5 days ago and isn't due home until tomorrow. A conference. Yeah, right. I touch her knee. She'd let you stay too. I can't leave, Violet says, switching to think-speak. My mum will have a nervous breakdown. And Dad... Her thought stream blurs. She's blocking me, either consciously or unconsciously. Her conflicted feelings too much for her to deal with. He's not as innocent as you imagine, I think say. Violet shifts, her thigh no longer touching mine. There's no way my dad would have known the Foundation were going to start an epidemic. He knew they were experimenting on volunteers. Volunteers who didn't know what they'd really signed up for, I add, remembering the German students we'd come across in the Bavarian forest last month, who had no idea they'd been given a dose of M fever. Healthy volunteers wanted for study on the effects of a new drug on cognition and memory. Generous reimbursement offered. That's quite different from starting an epidemic. Violet's thought stream swirls brick red. I know better than to push my point. I could say, do you know what turning a blind eye to something means? I could say, why do you think your old man has taken to wearing a blocking device? It's an exact replica of the hearing aid type devices that...